Welcome to the Valley Shootaround. America's Renaissance Conference heads for the back nine in an 18-game round robin. Mitch Holtis along with the coach Rich Zavosic, only about 200 coaching wins. But Rich, some great games coming up. And one of the real interesting sidebars to the season is Doug McDermott going from Northern Iowa to Creighton to play for his father. And now Northern Iowa will play Creighton in a game that's coming up on ESPNU.
Well, it's going to have the storyline of family affair. You're talking about Ben Jacobson, who worked 5 years with Greg McDermott at UNI, rebuilding that program, a year at North Dakota. And now he gave Greg the ultimate gift, a chance to coach his son, who could be the Rookie of the Year in the Missouri Valley. Ben
Jacobson handled that very, very well. Now let's go to a game Wednesday, next week, midweek on the Valley Network. UNI will be at Southern Illinois, where Southern Illinois will host Wichita State. Southern's playing better. Your thoughts on Mamadou Seck? He could be a newcomer of the year.
Well, not only are they playing better, but they're playing at home. And when you win close to 90% of your games at home over the last 10 years, and then add an impact player like Mamadou Seck, who's averaging almost a double-double in the league, you're talking about a throwback guy, a guy who was reminiscent of their Valley championship teams. Going to be a tough battle.
You'll see Wichita State twice. That game that we got at Southern Illinois. I ask you about them on the road. It seems like the next step for them, winning close games on the road. What about winning at Carbondale? They were able to win there last year.
Well, they already won at Creighton. They exercised that demon. Now it's a question of going down to Carbondale, and they have senior leadership. Aaron Ellis playing his best basketball, JT Durley playing very well. So when you have those seniors stepping up, you can win on the road.
Now the following Saturday, ESPN2 will be right here at Koch Arena as Wichita State will host Bradley. Now Bradley's got to figure out a way to keep it close and try to stay in the game. That would mean Andrew Warren's going to have a big night.
Well, and it's a tough battle because Wichita State won handily on the road. You got to get your players' attention, keep them focused, understand it's a different ball game, especially when you got Andrew Warren, who can explode for big numbers on any given night.
And if Wichita State wins this game, they'll be 40-6 at home over the last 2.5 years. That's pretty impressive. And then one of the better games on the slate. This is coming up on ESPNU. It'll be on Sunday, January 30th. And Missouri State will host Northern Iowa in a rematch of one of the greatest games to this point, because Northern Iowa thought they had their streak going, and it was stopped when Kyle Weems, who might be the Valley Player of the Year, hit the big shot.
Well, it's certainly a rematch with a lot riding on it. You're talking about the previous game where Northern Iowa thought they had won it when Johnny Moran makes the shot. Kyle Weems comes back, big shot, and now we are looking at a grind-up, grind-out type of game between two teams who are very similar.
Then there's Selection Monday before Selection Sunday. That's January 31st. It's Bracket Busters. And two things that the fans will watch in the Valley. Wichita State will play at home, Rich. Missouri State will play on the road. Two big key games for those two teams trying to get top 100 wins.
It's an opportunity to build your resume. Get in front of the NCAA selection committee with a big win as you are looking at trying to get into postseason play. Tremendous opportunity for both teams.
Get a good night's sleep, folks. There's a lot of great hoop coming up. Thanks for joining us on the Valley Shootaround.